all, Ñnamdi Azikiwe withdrew his support for Biafra in 1967. So Ñnamdi Kanu can do the same, Joe Igbokwe claims. In fact, regardless of what Zik did or did not do in Biafra, he had already attained immortality before the civil war began. Is it Zik, the scholar, or is he considered the father of Nigerian nationalism? Zik, the Pan-Africanist, perhaps his place in history was firmly established, as if with a lock and key and harness. Ñnamdi Azikiwe gave a speech before the caucus of his political party, the National Council of Nigerian and the Cameroon NCNC in Yaba, Nigeria on May 12, 1953, when northern Nigerians were beginning to ponder secession from the Nigerian colony that would soon become a nation. While without explicitly prohibiting secession, that speech implied that if the northern area became an independent nation, there would be serious consequences. 14 years later, Azikiwe led his eastern region out of Nigeria and established Biafra, sparking a brutal three-year civil war. Despite leading the eastern region secession, Ñnamdi Azikiwe quickly corrected himself after he examined the possible outcome of the struggle. Azikiwe first supported his fellow Igbo in the Biafran struggle in 1967 to 1970, traveling widely in 1968 to gain recognition for Biafra and assistance from other African countries. However, in 1969, recognizing the futility of the war, he threw his allegiance for the federal government. In 1979, after Olusegun Obasanjo handed over power to civilians, Azikiwe campaigned for president as a candidate of the newly founded Nigerian People's Party, but was defeated, NPP, prior to the 1983 election. The NPP joined the Progressive Parties Alliance, an unofficial coalition of opposition parties, PPA, because the alliance, which was shaky at best, couldn't settle on a single presidential candidate. It opted to run two, Azikiwe of the NPP and Obafemi Awolowo of the United Party of Nigerian, UPN. Azikiwe had a political competitor in Awolowo, the leader of the United Progressive Party, UPN, with whom he was frequently at conflict. By the time of the election, the coalition had virtually disintegrated and neither Azikiwe nor Awolowo had won. The Nigerian Civil War started on July 6, 1967 and came to an end on January 15, 1970. Major General Philip Effiong, the Chief of Defense Staff of the defunded Biafran, formally renounced the existence of a state Biafra. The renouncement took place at Dodan Barracks in Lagos on January 15, 1970. Truly, the Nigerian Civil War was horrific, but there are positive consequences of the war. The Biafran War erupted in Nigeria a year after the secondary military coup, which many refer to as a counter-coup. It lasted over 30 months, from 1967 to 1970, but we'll focus on how Ñnamdi Azikiwe withdrew his support for Biafra in 1967 in this broadcast. As the battle progressed, the Biafrans contacted Ñnamdi Azikiwe and begged him to intercede in their favor, but things did not go as planned. In 1969, Ñnamdi Azikiwe withdrew his support for Biafra while remaining in Lagos. In 1969, Ñnamdi Azikiwe was summoned for assistance, but he did not respond. He advised the Igbo people to hand over their weapons to the Nigerian Supreme Military Council. Ñnamdi Azikiwe referred to the war as a pointless fairy tale as Biafrans accused Nigerian soldiers of genocide. He also stated that the battle will stop if the Biafrans forget about their lower selves. Ñnamdi Azikiwe later stated that he was merely attempting to heal wounds. After saying all of this, So, did Ñnamdi Azikiwe abandon his people, or did he help them? Let us know your thoughts in this comment section. That was Ñnamdi Azikiwe, and that was then. And the kind of genocide that existed then cannot be compared to this one, very one. And the method applied in the pursuit for Biafran freedom is quite different from the method that Azikiwe was using. You cannot be comparing the method Azikiwe and Odumegwu used in pursuing the Biafran freedom to the method that Mazen Kanu is using. So you cannot be saying that because Zik abandoned the Biafran struggle, so Ñnamdi Kanu should do the same. Come on. See, whether you people like it or not, Nigeria will surrender. Yes, Nigeria must just have to surrender. They will surrender. They will give up, whether they like it or not. This is the period that will bring Biafran freedom at last. Do you understand? Yes, 1967 may have failed the Igbos, but this very period is not going to fail. Look at the level of Biafra now. Was Biafra taken up to this level in 1967? No. So, had it been it was taken up to this level, then there would have been an assurance of achieving it. But for Biafra to have gotten to this level now, no, come on, we say that it has not been achieved. Buhari is just proving stubborn now. Believe you me, you watch and see now. We shall all see how Buhari himself will call the Igbos and say, please, come, take your Biafra. A time will come when you people will be the one begging. What is happening now? Has any northern man ever campaigned for Biafran freedom? Has any northern man ever done that? But in this present generation, over 60% northern people are agitating for Biafran freedom. Look at the northern women that agitated, that protested to the National Assembly in Abuja. What were they saying? They were saying, please give them Biafra. Please give them. They said they should give the Igbos Biafra, that they are tired. What was their complaint? They said, please give them Biafra. We don't want any war. Because if war comes, our husband die, we'll be the one to suffer it. You understand? I told you that this period is different from then. This period is well understood. This period is well defined. Show us now. This period is properly and constructively followed. The method Ñnamdi Kanu applied in the pursuit for Biafran freedom, this period is constructiveness. Show us now. If you want to criticize someone, you criticize someone constructively, not just mar the person and make the person feel weak and couldn't continue. You know, you do it in a very constructive manner that will give the person hope. So it is the method Ñnamdi Kanu used that gave even other regions the hope that, oh, so even if Biafra is achieved, we can still gain from Biafra. That is it. That is why you can see every ordinary northern man saying that please give them Biafra, because they believe that even if Biafra is achieved, they can still gain from the Biafran Republic. Where is Biafran everywhere? In 1967, do we have Biafran everywhere in the whole world? Did we? But in this present generation, over 120 countries are in support of Biafran freedom. What about the organization, the organization, international organization, and what have you? You see that? So all these things are what we should put into consideration before we start judging. Let me hear from you from the outside there to know what you equally have to say on this very issue. Don't forget to leave your comment below the comment section. Click on the subscription buttons as well as the bell buttons to get updated each time we upload any new videos. Thank you.